to consider the fiscal year 2026 budget of the Department of Transportation and its attached agencies and corporations. I would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Win Gatchalian, the Chair of the Committee on Finance, and also our Deputy Minority Leader, Senator Rodante Marcoleta. May I ask the Committee Secretary to acknowledge the resource persons present in today's hearing.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. We would like to acknowledge our guests for today. We have Secretary Giovanni Z. Lopez. We have Director Eduardo Mangalili of Aviation and Airports. USEC Mark Steven C. Pastor for Road Transport and Infrastructure. USEC Ramon G. Reyes for Road Transport and Non-Infrastructure. We have USEC Teodorico Jose R. Delfin for Planning and Project Development. ASEC Eduardo Danilo F. Macabulos for Railways. ASEC Cecilia E. Bien for the Management and Finance. USEC Annalie R. Lontok for the Philippine Railways Institute. General Manager Michael J. Kapati for MRT3. For Land Transportation and Franchising and Regulatory Board or LTFRB, we have Executive Director Lumer Bernabe. For Civil Aeronautics Board, we have Attorney Maria Elben S. El Moro. For the Office of Transportation Security, we have ASEC Jose A. Briones Jr. For Philippine Coast Guard, PCG, we have ADM Ronnie Hale Gavan. For Manila International Airport Authority, we have General Manager Eric Jose Castro Ines. For the CAAP, we have Director General Raul Del Rosario. That's all for now, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat. The Chair would like to give his opening statement, and likewise after, I would like to ask our Chair Committee on Finance and our Deputy Minority Leader for their opening statements. Today, we convene to hear the proposed budget of the Department of Transportation together with its attached agencies and corporations for fiscal year 2026. At the outset, we extend our gratitude to the Chairman of the Senate Committee on Finance, Senator Win Gatchalian, for entrusting us with the task of defending and advocating for the budget of the Transportation Department. The challenges confronting our country in the transportation and mobility sector transcend all walks of life. Every day and every deficiency affects commuters, motorists, workers, and business alike, and far-reaching consequences in every segment of our economy. As a long-time advocate for transportation and mobility modernization, we stand ready to work hand in hand with the department in formulating and implementing policies that will address these long-standing issues. Mula sa mga issue ng urban congestion, inter-island connectivity, from mass transit to regional logistics, from road safety to climate-resilient mobility. For fiscal year 2026, we are hopeful that the proposed budget will be effectively and efficiently be utilized to address the long-standing challenges in our transportation sector, including the worsening traffic congestion in Metro Manila and other key cities, the much-needed improvement and expansion of mass transportation systems, the development of our limited rail networks, the resolution of persistent air transport delays and airport overcapacity, the modernization of outdated seaports, and the advancement of inclusive and sustainable transport planning, among others. As we deliberate on this year's transportation budget, we hope that this discussion goes beyond mere numbers and appropriations. Let us place equal focus on reform, empathy, and innovation, recognizing that transportation is not just about moving vehicles, but about moving people and improving lives. Every peso allocated should be a step toward a system that is truly accessible to the poor and vulnerable, efficient enough to support our growing economy, safe for every commuter, and dignified for all Filipinos. Our people deserve a transportation network that reflects the progress we aspire for as a nation. Maraming salamat po. At this point, the Chair would like to give the floor to our Chair of the Committee on Finance, Senator Win Gatchalian.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Well, Mr. Chairman, looking at the 2026 budget, ang DOTR po isa sa pinakamalaki po ang itinaas. For 2025 is 50.6 billion. For 2026, it's 157 billion. And this is a welcome development. And I support the statements of our chairman that itong pagpalaki ng budget, ibig ho sabihin dapat maramdaman po ng taong bayan ho natin yung kaluwagan at kaginhawaan pagdating po sa pagkukommute, paggagamit ng public transportation, at paggagamit po ng ating mga airports at seaports. At I would like to commend the team of Secretary Lopez for encouraging ba ang tamang word? Encouraging or mandating them to take the public transportation once a week. Tuloy pa ba ho yan, Sec, no?
Yes, Your Honor.
I think that is a good signal and good gesture to show the Filipino people that the 157 billion will be put into good use because you yourself will know where are the problems, bottlenecks, and challenges that our commuters face every single day. So we are ready to listen and to hear your budget. And of course, at the end of the day, ang gusto ho natin maramdaman tong 157 billion ng taong bayan. So thank you.
Thank you, our Chair, Finance Committee Chair, Senator Gatchalian. Our Deputy Minority Leader is Senator Rodante Marcoleta. Might likewise like to issue a statement.
Salamat po, Mr. Chair. Salamat din sa ating chairman ng Finance Committee. Ang gusto ko lamang pong masiguro dito ay yung ating budget ay nagagamit talaga do sa kanyang pinatutungkulan. Ano? Kung ano po yung naitalaga natin, alam po sana yan ay pinag-aralang mabuti, yung kanyang national impact ay mararamdaman po ng ating mga kababayan. Kasi po hindi kagaya ng DPWH, kagaya po ng nalalaman nyo na, sa flood control pa lamang po naging malinaw na sa atin, pinagsamantalahan na po yung ating budget. Siguro po sa umpisa pa lang ay naipakita na namin para ka makapagpundar ng mga flood control projects, hindi ka pwedeng hindi magdepende dun sa mga tinatawag na river basins. 18 po yung river basins ng ating bansa. Kung hindi po nakatugma lahat doon, hindi consolidated, hindi integrated, ano man ang gawin nilang flood control projects, masasayang lang po. Gaya po ngayon, nang nalaman na natin. So ako po, ang aking pong inaasahan na lang, yung kauli-ulihang halaga na nakatalaga po sa inyong departamento, magagamit po talaga at yan po ay mararamdaman ng bawat isang Pilipino. Hindi sana kagaya ng napatunayan na namin ngayon, hindi pa kami ganap na tapos. DPWH pa lang, 1 trilyon na po yung naidagdag sa hindi dapat naidagdag. Malinaw po yun na sabi ko nga, kasi po yung power of the purse nang gagaling talaga sa Kongreso, inamin po ng DPWH, meron silang allocated funds sa House of Representatives pa lang. Yung pong allocated funds na yun, napakalaki nun. 450 billion pesos na hindi naman kailangan. Kung hindi, parang, yung tawag doon, Chairman, yung parang pang-ano lang sa mga members para hindi na kayo masyadong manggulo sa nilatag namin. Huwag nyo na kaming molestyahin pa kung ano-ano. Ito, bibigyan namin kayo ng para sa inyo. Allocated amount ang tawag nila ron. 450 billion na hindi naman kailangan. Kasi po yung House of Representatives, 300 mahigit na po yun Pagkatapos po meron pa silang leadership. Yung leadership na yun, 5 billion pa yan. Pagkatas meron silang unprogrammed funds, 100 billion. 50 billion yung leadership. 100 billion unprogrammed. Katapos-tapusan po yung diferensya ng GA at saka ng NEP. 400 billion na naman yun. Kaya pag tinotal po nyo, 1 trillion. Sabi ko nga, sa katawan ng tao, taba po yun eh. Excess fat, cholesterol. Kaya nagkaganito po yung bansa natin. At ang huling nabilin ko po sa inyo, dahil kayo po naman, pag gumagawa kayo ng kontrata, pinanunotaryo po ninyo, ano po? Titingnan po ninyo yung nagnunotaryo kung siya po ang pipirma o hindi. Kasi pwede niyang tanggihan yun eh. Pwede niyang tanggihan yun. Para sa inyo pong kapakanan, itatanong po ninyo kung kayo po yung kayo po ba ang abogado? Kayo po ba talaga yan? Pag sinabi niya, hindi po, sekretarya lang, huwag niyo pong tatanggapin yung notaryo. Salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Marcoleta. The chair would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator, of course, our Ditaganda of the Senator Lauren Legarda, of course, and Senator Erwin Tulfo. Senator Legarda, would you want to issue a statement before we start?
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and welcome to the DOTR family. I chaired this committee long ago, pre-pandemic, and I would like to hear from the new team of DOTR how they're faring, because I remember sitting in the same chair maybe 7, 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, and we would talk about airports that were funded but were never implemented. We would talk about ports that were supposedly allocated funding but were never constructed or never finished. I think that was still Aquino administration when I chaired the budget before 2015. Fast forward 2025, we'd like to hear from the good secretary the list at the proper time when you make your presentation of all funded but not yet implemented airports. I'm talking about regional airports, and funded but not yet implemented or in the process of implementing seaports, PPA ports. Because, Mr. Chair, the issue of obligation, sometimes the agency tries to escape it by downloading the funds from DOTR to a GOCC. Yun ang ginawa noon. Tama po ho. Lalagay sa kaap. Tapos, doon natutulog ang pondo, nagaantay pa rin ang mga tao sa ng isang probinsya, hindi na pala tinatayo. Ang tagal-tagal ng proseso ng procurement, ng bidding, until, I don't know, mag-expire ba ang funds pag sa GOCC o matutulog lang ang pondo doon. So, this is just an opening statement. I would like to see in their presentation, Mr. Chair, all funded but not implemented regional airports and PPA ports. So, maaring yung pondo na obligate sa CAAP or sa PPA, pero nakapending pala doon. So sa presentation sana po ninyo, isasama nyo yung dalawang ahensya, which is also under you. Having said that, I will yield to the chair. Thank you for having this hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Legarda. Senator Tulfo?
One quick statement lang, Mr. Chair. With the DOTR in front of us right now, sana nga lang po yung budget na bibigay po natin sa atin ay lalo na po kayo sa transportation, kailangan po tayo ng tao, mga kababayan po natin. We just hope and pray na yung budget po ibibigay po ng Senado sa inyo na magagamit po sa tama for the convenience of the public, transportation, mobility, etc. Para naman po hindi po nasasayang at matuwa naman po mga kababayan natin. Because everybody is contributing to the budget. Di lang po ang mga senador, kundi lahat po tayo mga taong bayan. So I guess it's just proper and right na we give back to what they contribute to your agency. Yun lamang po, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Tulfo. Likewise, before we start, of course, after these budget hearings, the reason for this, if we would like to hear the presentations of the different agencies, no? We are hearing the budget of the president's budget, the National Expenditure Program.